So yesterday file is 29 by 4, right? So I want to copy the file here, paste the file one more time, and just rename it 30 by 4. Okay, I want to open the 30 by 4 file now. Open Jupyter Notebook and open desktop Python 30 by 4 now. Today we will see how conditions and loops will work in Python. So before moving to the conditions and loops, we need to understand there is one concept we already discussed called indentation. Why? Because conditions and loops are going to be working with indentation. So what indentation is in Python? In Python, indentation is a space in block, and every line in the block, every line in the block, every line in the block should follow same column, same column, same column space. Every line in the block should follow same column and space. For example, if you take one column or two column or three column or four column, no issues. And by default, four columns or four spaces will come. Four spaces or one tab will come for indentation. By default, four spaces or one column will come for indentation. Now we try to understand what are the different kind of conditions which are going to be available in Python. Every programming language conditions are common. Conditions, why conditions are basically using for? Conditions are checking whether statement is true or false. Conditions are going to be checking whether statement is true or false. Some statement you take, for example, name is equal to Srinivas. So I want to check name is Srinivas or not. I'm checking the condition name is Srinivas or not. So when you are trying to working with conditions, there are multiple cases you will be finding like. So there are multiple conditions which are going to be available. One is the if condition, one is if else, and one is else if, and one is nested ifs. Other programming languages I'm talking about. One is the switch condition. So like this, there are multiple conditions which are going to be available in different other programming languages. But in Python only we have few conditions. Only we have few conditions. What are the few conditions which are going to be available in Python? The one is if condition. Anyway, if is available in Python, and if else is available in Python, and one more is elif. Elif is available in Python, and nested ifs. Anyway, nested ifs are going to be available in Python, but there is no switch in Python. There is no switch case in Python. And coming to the if is basically checking only true statements. If statement is true, then only if condition will work, or if block will work. If else, will check true and false blocks. True and false blocks. Okay. Elif is going to be checks more conditions for true. If any condition not satisfied, then false block will come. Then false block will execute. Okay, so that is a point for the elif. Nested ifs. If inside if is a nested if. Let me come to the if block first. Okay, let me go with the if block first. If checks only true statements, right? True statements. Okay, for example, name is equal to, I want to go with the Python. Name is Python now. I want to check with the name. If name is equal to Python, if name is equal to Python, so I'm going with a single quotes. Then indentation will start. So indentation starts with the colon. When I press enter after colon, automatically 4 spaces will take. One more point you have to say here. Indentation is space in block. In Python, indentation starts. In Python, indentation starts after colon. After colon. When we have the colon, after the colon, indentation block will start. Okay. And in other programming languages, I'm talking about, if I'm talking about other programming languages, for example, int or something like, suppose for example, JavaScript, if I'm talking about JavaScript, where name is equal to, Srinivas. If you have to take the parenthesis, name double equal to Srinivas. And you need to write the block like this, open curly braces and closing curly braces. And here, curly braces are important in other programming languages, and spaces you can write like this. See, the first statement should be here. So in Python, there is no print. In Python, there is something like console.log. Console.log. I'm talking about JavaScript first. So matched. Okay, you can write another console here. Console.log. Okay, fine. So you can write spaces like this. You can write a spaces like this. You can write multiple statements like this. You can write a multiple statements like this. I'm having 3 statements here in JavaScript. In JavaScript, I'm having 3 statements or 4 statements. All the 4 statements in the multiple spaces. All 4 statements in the multiple spaces. Inside the block, I'm talking about. Inside the curly braces, I'm talking about. And the first braces is here. And the second braces is here. The spaces and new lines not a problem in other programming languages. But in Python, there is some rules and regulations. There are some rules and regulations in Python. The code block should follow the same column and rule. The code block will follow the same column and rule. Same column and rule means if it is a single space, okay, fine. If it is a double space, okay, fine. It is a triple space, okay, fine. Or 4 spaces or 1 tab, it is fine. But it should follow the same space in the block of the code. That block of the code will start after the colon symbol. After the colon symbol, I just enter. If I say enter, some 4 spaces are going to be taking. Where cursor is blinking. Where cursor is blinking. Cursor is blinking after the colon. In the next row, cursor is blinking after the 4 spaces. That 4 spaces I am not giving, automatically taking. Python automatically taking 4 spaces. No, sir, I want to go with the 1 space means, okay, you can follow 1 space. At least 1 space you should provide. At least 1 space you should provide. At least 1. Okay. And one more thing. So here you can observe parenthesis. Condition check parenthesis is there. In Python, condition check parenthesis removed. Parenthesis removed. Parenthesis and that was removed. And one more in Python, condition block, curly braces removed. Curly braces removed. There is no curly braces. There is no parenthesis. There is no curly braces. Directly you can write the code. Suppose name is equal to Python. If name is equal to name double equal to Python, double equal to is equal checking, equality check. If name is equal to Python, just go with the print statement, print matched. I want to say something like matched. If this condition is satisfied, if name is Python, then only print will execute. Otherwise, print will not execute. Getting my point? If is only checking true statements. If block will execute so only true statements. The statement is true or false now. So by looking the code, you can able to understand this is true or false. Name, already name declared. Name is Python. P small letters. Now I'm checking the condition. Name is the variable. Name is equal to Python. Double equal to Python. When I say double equal to, it is checking the value. Value comparison. So name is Python, then matched. The block will execute. The true block will execute. Okay, now tell me what is the output of the program? Matched. Okay, now let me tell one thing. If name double equal to, I'm checking Python capital letter. Now I'm writing print matched. This will execute or not? This will execute or not? It will not execute. The block will not execute. Print matched. Matched will not come. Matched will not come. Why? Because of that statement is that condition is false. If the condition is false, if statement can't able to do anything, it just leaves it. It will go for the next line of the code. Getting my point? That is basically if condition. If condition checks only true statements. Next we'll go for the if else. If else, true or false. If else means true or false. True or false. If it is true, okay. If it is not true, go for false. Two blocks will there. True. Two blocks will be there. Okay. Name, if name double equal to, okay, Python. If it is matched, it will go to the matched block. It will go to the true block. What is the true block? Matched block. If it is not satisfied, it will go to the next block. What is the next block? Else block. Okay, else we cannot write like this. After the print in the same line, you can't write the else part. Why? Because after the print you are writing, it is in the block of the true. It is now available in the true block. I don't want to go in the true block now. I just want to go back. Go back means just go like this. Go back means just come out from the block. Come out from the true block. So that is true block. If it is not true, go for the another block execution. Another block execution actually starts with else block. And again, else block is printer. Can you see and observe? The code is very beautiful in Python. The code is very beautiful in Python. When you go with JavaScript, the code is clumsy like this. The spaces and new lines, whatever you want, you can give. It will allow. It will take. But in Python, it will not like that. But Python is basically a structured with indentation. All the blocks of the code, structured manner, column and structured manner. Column and structured manner. So that is the reason. So Python should be very, very beautiful. Now you will be having not matched. So what I got the output is not matched. So name is equal to Python, P capital letter. Basically name is Python, P is a small letter. But now I am checking with the name is equal to Python, P capital letter. So print matched will not work. Automatically it will jump into the false block. Whenever it is jumping into the false block, the next statement will execute. What is the next statement now? Not matched. Obviously the output is what? Not matched. Getting my point? So if blocks checks only true statements, if else will check true or false. If statement is not satisfied, automatically it will jump to false block. Automatically it will jump to false block. Okay, so now this case, if is not actually satisfied. Now in this case, if is not satisfied. If is not satisfying means automatically it will jump to the false block. That's it. Now come to the one more technique. Else if in other programming languages, but in the Python it is elif. Python it is elif. Okay, so what is this? Checking more and more true statements. Checking more and more conditions. More and more conditions for true blocks. True కోసం more and more blocks in check just. For true, it is going to be checking more and more blocks. If any block is not satisfied, it will directly jump to false block. Okay, for example, I just want to give something like a speed. Speed is equal to 90. Now, if speed less than 30, block starts. Block starts. If speed less than 30, I want to go with the print statement. Print low speed. Elif, Elif, Elif. Now Elif, I want to check one more condition. Speed greater than 30 and speed less than 60. Print, it is actually average speed. It is actually average speed. Then go for the Elif one more time. Elif, check one more time. Speed greater than 60 and both conditions need to be satisfied. And end operator it means it need to check both operator to both statements true. When both statements true, then only end operator is giving you true. So speed greater than or speed less than 100. Now in this case, what is the speed here? Print good speed. Good speed. Else block, last else block. Print high speed. Let me go with the high speed now. Okay, so what is your speed now? Basically, I am declaring speed is 90. So where this 90 is available now? In which block 90 is available? Less than 30. Speed is available in less than 30. Low speed will not execute. Okay, it will check again 30 to 60 range. 30 to 60 range average speed. Okay, that block also not works. Next, jump to the another block. 60 to 100. Greater than 60, less than 100. 60 to 100 speed. Okay, my speed value is basically 90. So that is our reason. Now it will go and jump into the good speed. No high speed also. It will go for the good speed. Okay, my speed is 190 like this. For example, my speed is 190. If my speed is 190, then what is this speed of this particular bike? High speed. Obviously. So for example, my speed is basically 19. When I take the speed value is 19, automatically it will stop at the low speed level only. It will not move to the average speed. It will not move to the good speed range. It will not move to the high speed range. It is actually available in the low speed range. Getting my point? The first block itself it is executing now. So this is what actually the condition called elif. This time it is elif, not else if. In other programming languages, it is basically else if, but in Python it is elif. Okay, let me go with the nested ifs. Nested ifs. Okay, so for example, the one is qualified or studies done is equal to true. Married is equal to false or true. I'm just giving two values now. Studies done true, married true. Now check with the values. If studies done, if studies done is equal to true, then go for the block. When you are checking with condition, just go with a double equal. Now print something. What is this? So studies over. Else print continue studies. Continue studies. Now tell me, I'm just checking with the only one statement, studies only statement. I'm not actually moving into the married kind of thing. I'm actually checking with the studies part. So when studies part is over, so what is the output now? Studies over. When studies over, I can go for the married or not, marriage or not. Okay, married or not. So when studies over, I can go with the one more condition. If married is equal to true, double equal. If married true, print do job. Else part, here else part. Print search for job. Search for job. Otherwise, you will be fail. Okay, so married true. Now I am checking with the married true. Okay, do job. Otherwise, else part what I can do? Print no job. No job annava. What is the output now? Execute it. Studies over and do job. If studies is over and married is true, if it is false, I'm checking with the false condition. If it is false, married false, married false, married false. Print true statement. Go for marriage. Else part. Else part. Your wish. Then what is the output of this program? Studies over. Studies over, but married false. If married false, if it is true, go for marriage. Okay. Married false another. Okay, now fine. Choose code now, sorry. Okay, so I'm actually writing a number of if statements. One if statement inside one more if statement I can able to check. So I'm actually checking with the studies and marriage. You can go with another things, whatever you want. That is okay. Or one more thing I can check with. One more example I will write. Age and vote. One more example. Age is 21. Voted is equal to true. Now check. If age less than 21, print not eligible for vote. 22 ka voting, 18 ka. Okay, vote. You can vote. You can vote now. Else, print not eligible. Not eligible. Now come to this. For example, if I am going with execution, what is the execution? What is the output of this program? Not eligible. So why? Because of I am actually giving age less than or equal to 18 metal. Now check. Not eligible. Why not eligible? Age is equal to 13. Okay, so here not eligible cheppali kada. Here not eligible, and here you can able to vote. Vote now. So what is the output now? Not eligible. Why? Because of age is basically 13. Okay, if age is greater than 13, if age is greater than 13, for example, if I give 33, now vote now. So when you go with the vote now, so I just want to check with the one more if statement. If voted is equal to true, if voted is equal to true, print congrats. Else part, print please utilize your vote. Please utilize your vote. Now, actually the values are what? Age 33, and voted. I'm giving false here. I'm giving false here. Now tell me, 33 aged person not voted. I want to check with the conditions. So vote now. Please utilize your vote. So he is having the possibility of vote. He is having the possibility of vote by the age, but he is not actually voted. He is not actually voted. That is the very reason what I am telling. Please utilize your vote. One more condition I am checking here. So here inside this particular block, I am checking the one more condition. First of all, age eligible aitene vote keltaru kada. First checking about the age first. If age eligibility is there, then go for the one more condition check. Vote cheste okay, vote cheyakapothe samad. You have to tell something. So this is actually a kind of nested ifs. You can write a nested ifs in the real-time programming. Sometimes you have to write a nested ifs. Sometimes you have to check with the if and else, true or false. Sometimes you have to check with the multiple statements. So then these particular conditions are basically utilizing or using. Now come to the one more part of the Python programming, one more basic fundamental part of the Python programming, something like loops. Loops are basically iterators. Loops are iterators. Now, while loop is there, do while is there, and for loop is there, and for in is there. In other programming languages, I'm talking about, but in Python only we have the while and for in. While and for in. In Python, I'm talking about Python. In Python only we have the while loop and for in loop. There is no do while. Do while is not there, and for in is also for loop is also not there in Python. Only while and for in. Just go. Loops are iterators. Loop block will execute until the condition is satisfied. Until the condition is satisfied. If condition is not satisfied, automatically loop will terminate. Loop will terminate. Now check about the while loop first. Check about the while loop. First of all, I want to initialize the value. Index is equal to 0. I value is 0. While I less than 10. While I less than 5. Then print I. I want to print the I value. Then I plus is equal to 1. I plus plus. In other programming languages, there is an increment operator called I plus plus. But in Python, we will be having I plus is equal to 1. This is incremented by 1. We already done with the operators. We already done with the incremented, decremented operators. Now, what is the output of this program? 0 to 4. So while I is equal to 0, 0 less than 5, condition is satisfied. The value is going to be getting printed. And 0 is incremented by 1. The I value is 1 now. 1 less than or equal to 1 less than 5. Yes, printed. Next 2 less than 5, printed. 3 less than 5, printed. 4 less than 5, printed. 5 less than 5, condition is not satisfied. After the 4 condition is not satisfied, automatically loop is getting terminated. Loop is getting terminated. So this is basically while loop, but this is the very lengthy process. This is the very lengthy process. Instead of that, we can go with the for in, for I in 5 or range of 5. Then print I. Range of 5 means 0 to 5. 0 to range operator. You can utilize the range operator here. You can utilize the range operator here. Let me write one more thing. For I in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then print I. All values are printing or no? Okay. For PRD in products. PRD in products. So the first product is Apple, second product is Lenovo, and third product is LG, and fourth product is Samsung, and fifth product is Onida. Now, just go for the block. Just go for the block. Next, I want to go with the print of PRD. What is a PRD then? All the products are getting printed or not? Or you can populate, you can make loop your list also. So I want to take products here. Products is equal to take an array. Products take an array. I want to take the products list like this. Just copy the products list here. Copy the products list here. Remove this one, and now for PRD in PRDS. PRDS is already there now. PRDS is an array which is already available. Now print of PRD. Every PRD is printing for you. Every PRD is printing for you. Okay. Now this PRDS, this time it is a tuple. Tuple also follows index. Yesterday I told you. Tuple also follows index. So whenever you have the index, then you can able to walk with the looping. Now indentation, PRDS. Okay, PRDS is ready for PRD in PRDS. Okay, print PRD. Right. Automatically you will be having the thing. Now can I iterate? Set? Let me check the set values. Okay, these values are actually available inside the set now. This is a set here. This is a set here for PRD in PRDS. This time it is set, sir. This time it is set. Okay. So set is also working, but every time you are executing this, values are actually jumbling way. Now execute this one, PRD in PRDS. Print PRD. Set is something like a jumbling way. So you will be having the jumbling values like this. So Samsung is basically available in the 4th place here, but automatically Samsung is coming at the 1st place here. So you can able to make it loop your values. Now, I want to write a one simple thing. Check even numbers. Check even numbers. For I in range of 20. All the even numbers I want to check. If I percentile 2 double equal to 0, print I is even. Print even. Whenever you have the even, that even number should come like this. I comma even. I comma even is even. Else block. Print odd. Okay, so execute this. So whenever you find even, 0 is even and odd, 2 is even, odd number. Whenever you find odd, I cannot able to print the string like that. I'm just giving odd, odd, odd. When only even is finding, then 0 is even, 2 is even, 4 is even, 6 is even, something like this. Am I clear? So this is basically okay. So I don't want to go for the odd numbers. I want to go with only even numbers. Then for I in range of 100, or I want to go with the 5 multiples. If I percentile 5 double equal to 0, then only print 5 multiple. I, comma, is okay. So only I want to go with the 5 multiples. 0 is 5 multiple, 5 is 5 multiple, 10 is 5 multiple. In the range of 100, I am checking. In the range of 100. In the range of 100 means 100 values will come. But inside the 100 values, I want to check only the 5 multiples. Only 5 multiples are going to be taking. Am I clear? One more condition I will write. Okay. For I in range of 10, go for the if I percentile 3 is equal to 0, then print I, comma, 3 multiple. 3 multiple है ना? Execute. 0 is 3 multiple, 3 is 3 multiple, 6 is 3 multiple, and 9 is 3 multiple inside the range of 10. Inside the range of 10. So these are the different kind of conditions, and these are the different kind of loops which are going to be available in the Python. What are the different kind of conditions we are working with? What are the different kind of conditions we are working with? We are working with the if condition, we are working with the if else, we are working with the elif, and we are working with the nested ifs. And one more thing, we are actually coming to the loops now. Loops are different, loops are iterators. There are multiple kind of loops we done so far. In Python, there are only 2 loops available. One is the while loop, one is the for loop, for in. Okay, we done with the while loop, we done with the for in also. And coming to the for in, inside the for loop, I can go with the conditions also checks. So when you want to check with the conditions inside the for loop, you can check with the condition like this. My condition is only I want to print the 2 multiples. My condition is I want to check only 5 multiples. I want to check only 9 multiples. Whatever you want, you can go for. You can go for it. So you can try to do practice with multiple other kind of programming language, programs also in Python for conditions and loops. So I will give you a set of programs to work with the conditions and loops. By end of the day, I will send you some other programs also for the conditions and loops. This is the basic fundamentals about the conditions and loops. So till now, we done with the basics for Python. We done with the variables. We done with the basic keywords. What are the basic input methods, print methods, type method, and we done with the conditions. We done with the operators. We done with the loops and all. And in coming classes, we will go through the functions. In the next class, I want to go with the functions. So how to define a function? Function is something like a set of statements. We done with functions. We have to go with the functions. That is in Python. That is the definition. Def. In Python, functions are going to be declaring using with the def keyword. So how function can be, how we can able to write a function, and what is the purpose of the function, where we can utilize the function in the real time, where functions are going to be utilizing, and how to create a custom function, how to go with the custom function like add function, multiple function, remove function, all these things. All these things come under the advanced programming in Python. In functions, there are other concepts also available like zip is available, enumerate is available. There are map is available. There are different other kind of concepts which are going to be available in advanced Python. So tomorrow onwards, we are moving to advanced Python. Okay, till now we done with the basic level Python. So school level Python. This is like LKG, UKG standard or schooling level Python we done. Next level is intermediate level Python. That is like advanced level Python. And one more Python is available. That is the master level Python. Master level Python, we have to go with the libraries like NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, and Tkinter framework, and something like web scraping, something like a database connectivity, something like a machine learning algorithms, something like a data analytics part. So that is like a advanced level, not advanced level. It is like a super level. Okay, superior level. In advanced level, we have to learn some other programming fundamentals in Python. Tomorrow class, we start with the definitions and something like enumerators, something like a maps, something like zips, all these things. So I will upload the recorded session and I will share the notes. Please do practice well. Okay, I will share multiple other programs also for this conditions and loops. And notes also I will share by end of the week. Aisha, getting understand? So tomorrow onwards, we will start advanced Python.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Paul.